Greatest Nigerian students, you. Greatest Nigerian students, you. Greatest Nigerian students. Good morning, everyone, and I welcome you to this program at this time. It is a great opportunity for you to participate in this program. As I've greeted you in the university way, I am a lecturer in a university, basically the University of Ilorin in Kwara State. My name is Dr. David Olugbenga Adetitun, and I'm a senior lecturer in microbiology at the University of Ilorin. When students are called together on the campus, they call themselves and motivate themselves with greatest Nigerian students, and the students will respond, great. And that is why I am greeting you that way. I've been asked to talk to you on a number of issues, and we are starting right now. What I want to talk to you about is goal setting. Goal setting, a panacea for future achievements. Goal setting as a panacea for future achievement. A panacea is something that leads to something that takes you from where you are before to where you want to be, or the next level. So goal setting is a panacea. It's something that can take you from the level you are before to the level you should be, or your next level. Now, perhaps you are in different classes. You have students in primary, you have students in secondary. Everybody needs to set a goal, and that goal is what is going to guide the individual. Now, let me give you an analogy. In a football match, let's say Nigeria is playing with Germany, or Nigeria is playing with Italy, and they remove the goalpost from the Nigerian end, they threw the goalpost away. They took the goalpost in the Italian end, or the other country's end. They took it and they threw it away. So no goalpost in the Nigerian side, no goalpost in the opponent side. What is going to happen? How are they going to play the game? How are they going to know the winner? Everybody will play what I call anywhere belle face. Anywhere belle face. I know you will have heard that before. When you don't have a goal and you are playing in the game of life, you'll be playing anywhere belle face because there's no goal. If belle face right, you play. If belle face left, you play. If belle face front, you play. Sometimes somebody will just carry the ball and play and balloon it into the air. Into the air. Why? Because there's no goal post. There's one of Nigerian's players called Sunday Olise. From the half line, where they used to pass the ball, where they used to start the ball, in the middle line, the game was going on. The ball came to him. From that point, Sunday Olise shot the ball. He played the ball, and it went into the goalpost of the opponent country, and Nigeria started jubilating. That was because there's a goalpost. So goalpost allows you to target. You see, when they are playing the game, everybody knows where the goalpost of the opponent is. So they just target everything. They are targeting how to get the ball into the net. So this also applies to your own life and to the life of any individual. You must have a goal. You must have a goal. Somebody said to live without a goal is to live like a goat. A goat has no goal. I saw some goats recently, and the woman was selling something in her shop. They went there, they tried to eat something. I was the one that shouted, "Kai, Kai." The goats have no goal. They were just eating around, just moving around, just loafing around. And then as they were loafing around, the woman was not in the shop. The next thing the goats did was to try to eat what she put in her shop. And after they pursue them, if there's an obstacle there, they will run. If there's an obstacle here, they will run. If there's an obstacle there, the goats will run. Why? The goats have no goalpost. They have no goal in life. And any individual, human being, students or non-student that live without a goal is aiming to become a goat, is living like a goat. Now, I want to do something for me quickly. Write your name on a sheet of paper. Quickly cut a sheet of paper and write your name on the paper. After writing your name on the paper, now what do you want to become in the future? Just think about it in the next 10 seconds. What do I want to become in the future? Maybe you want to become a pilot. Maybe you want to become a medical doctor. Maybe you want to become an accountant. Maybe you want to become a doctor. Maybe you want to become a professor. Maybe you want to become a banker. Maybe you want to become an entrepreneur. You want to own companies. You want to start companies. Write whatever you want to become. Maybe what you want to be, I've not mentioned it. You think about it now and write it. And then after you've written it, look at it and look at your name and look at it and picture yourself in that position. Now, that paper you have written on, you are going to take it to your house. After this program, you take that paper to your house and sellotape it or gum it to the back of your own door. Maybe you have your brother's or your parents' room. Gum it at the back of the door. If you have a room to yourself or you have a bed to yourself and you have a pillow, do another copy of that paper, what you have written on it, put it under your pillow. Why do I say that? So that you can see it every time. That is your goal. That is your life goal. That is your life goal. That is the goal of your life. Now, if you have written on that paper that you want to become a medical doctor, you wake up in the morning, you turn the pillow and you see, I want to become a medical doctor. You are going out in the morning, you see at the back of the door, I want to become a medical doctor. What that will do is to drive you. That what do medical doctors do? How do they do what they do? What do they do to become medical doctor? How can I become medical doctor? Then you begin to take steps to become a medical doctor. Then when you are going and you are going with your friend, you get to the field, your friend say, let's come and play ball. Your friend say, let's come and play ball. You will remember, I don't want to become a footballer. I want to become a medical doctor. So what do? You run away from the football field. You go and take your book. You go and take your biology. You go and take your chemistry. You go and take your physics. You go and take your maths. You go and take your English. You go and take all the core subjects you need and you start reading. You start covering the syllabus. You start going over. You start checking what it needs to become a medical doctor, and you start taking steps to fulfill the qualification and the steps that will make you to become a medical doctor. Now, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that it is important for you to have a goal. It is important for you to have a goal. Now you're having a goal, there's what is called a short-term goal. A short-term goal. Short-term goal is a goal of 1 to 2 to 5 years. That okay, where will I be in 5 years? That goal, you write it down and you start working towards it. Then you have a mid-term goal. A mid-term goal is longer than a short-term goal. Then you have a long-term goal. The long-term goal is like I said, what do you want to become in the future? That is a very long-term goal. So you write that, you write all your goals down. Now the long-term goals will affect the mid-term goal and will affect the short-term goal. So that is why I started with the long-term goal, asking you what you want to become in the future. Now, don't be afraid to write a big thing that you want to become in the future. Somebody said, aspire to be like moon. And if not, you will become one of the beautiful stars. If you aspire to be like a moon is big and is bright, and you aspire to be like moon, what happens is that if you don't become a moon, you will become a beautiful star, because your aspiration is to become a moon. Now, if you aspire to become the president of Nigeria, and you don't become the president, what happens is that you may become a governor, you may become a senator, you may become a prominent politician, a prominent figure in government, and you can even become a minister in the government, because you have something to offer before you aim to become a president. What I'm saying is that your goal is going to change your thinking faculty. Your goal is going to make you to move forward. You can never move back if you have a strong goal. Your goal is going to make you to read. It's going to make you to study. Your goal will make you to become a very disciplined individual. Your goal will be driving you. Your goal will be moving you. You see, out of the people that succeed properly in the world, we are told that only 3% of people in the world are the ones controlling the world, and that these 3% of people, they have goals. They have goals. I can go on and tell you about people who have become successful through the writing down of their goals, through the penning down of their goals, and working on the goal. Please don't misquote and misunderstand me. You're talking about goal setting. Some people will set goals and they will not work on the goal. The aim of goal setting is to energize you, is to motivate you to work on the goal. Some people will set goal, they will not work. Some people will set goal, they will not work. And some people will work, they will not set goal. So there must be a balance. As I setting the goal, you must work on the goal. When I say work on the goal, what do I mean? You have written that you want to become a medical doctor, and then you say somebody wants to become a medical doctor, you hate biology. You hate biology. In fact, when it's time for biology, you will ease and walk out of the class. I'm sorry to say, how do you want to become a medical doctor? Because biology is very, very key in medicine. Or you said you want to become an accountant, and when the accounts teacher comes to the class, you will ease and say, I don't like accounting and bookkeeping. What I just like is English. Then you should be thinking of a career in English line. Then you also said, I don't like economics, and I want to become an accountant. If you don't like economics and you want to become an accountant, how do you want to do it? That may be difficult to achieve. So your goal must be something you are interested in. Look for what you are interested in and formulate it into your life goal. It must be something you are interested in, something that can propel you, that can move you in the right direction. Now, let me move on to another dimension. As I try to address the issue of goal setting, I've taught you how to set goals. Now, in setting goal and achieving your goal, you set a goal, you must have what is called a private personal timetable, PPT. Private personal timetable. Now, as you are in school, there's timetable. There's a resumption time in school, and that's why you see there's what is called rush hour in the morning. There's rush hour in the afternoon. There's rush hour in the evening. Rush hour in the morning is when students are going to school, when workers are going to work. Everybody is going to school, going to work, going out. So there's rushing after that time. And the rush hour between maybe 6, in a place like Lagos, from 6 to 8 to 9 to 10. There's rush hour. People want to get to work, want to get somewhere. Then after 10, the rushing reduced because all the students were settled in class. So it just remain business people or people they are sending on errand. And all the workers will have settled in their office. Now, I want you to have a private personal timetable. When you get to school in the morning, there's a timetable after the assembly. There's a subject to be taken. After that subject, there's another subject. After that subject, there's another subject. Which teacher comes in and teaches and instructs you and explains some subjects to you and gives you notes. Then there's a half break, short break. Then there's a long break. Then there's also some teachers come in at another time. They teach again. Then there's closing time. That is a timetable of the school to regulate. You can see the school also has its own goal setting. In school, there's week 1 activity, week 2, week 3, week 4, that up to 12 to 13 weeks. They have their activity. Those are goals that they're having for the students. If the school can have timetable, why can't students have their own private personal study timetable that they use to study their books? If you are going to get anywhere, you must devote time to private personal study. Now, let me tell you something else. Your private personal study must be your free time. After school, the school already have timetable for you. So you cannot squeeze in something that has some school timetable. Let's say first period is maths. You cannot now go and fix your private personal timetable into a time that is maths and put there, I will study English. So when they are studying maths in the class, we study English. That is stupidity. That is being dense. That is being ignorant. What will happen is that it is after the school have closed. You go home, you go home and relax. You eat your food, you can have your siesta, you sleep for 1 hour or thereabout. You sleep for 1 hour or thereabout, and after that 1 hour, then you start your timetable. You start your private personal timetable. So when you start the private personal timetable, what next that you do is that you fix in 2 subjects per day on your private personal timetable. 2 subjects per day. Those 2 subjects are the subjects you are going to study for that day. You don't need to study all the 13 subjects you are doing in school. You don't need to study all the 12 subjects you are doing in school. Just take 2 or 3, depending on the number of subjects you are doing, so that in 1 week, you will have gone through all your subjects. In 1 week, you will have gone through all your subjects. Now, for some students doing 9 courses, courses, I mean 9 subjects, you can take it into 2 on Monday, it will remain 7, 2 on Tuesday, it will remain 5, 2 on Wednesday, it will remain 3, 2 on Thursday, it will remain 1, then that 1 on Friday. Or you can take, because you still have more time, Saturday, Sunday, you can take the most difficult subjects that you see that this subject is important and it's difficult, put only that subject for 1 day. So let's say maths can stand alone. Let's say you are in economics related courses, and economics major for you. Economics can stand alone on Tuesday. So that means on that Tuesday, during your private personal study, on your private personal timetable, economics is what is going to be there. So you take the economics and you study it from A to Z. What you have done in the class, you consult textbook, consult dictionaries, you look for past questions just on economics. You see, life is a race, and it has to be run. Now you take that subject and you study it. Before I go on, let me tell you, maybe in a day you did 5 subjects in the school. Immediate active, the earliest opportunity that you have, there's maybe some free period or some things. Use that free period to study that subject you have done in the school. Or after closing, immediately, any free time, or when you get home, those things you did in that school that day, read and study all of them. Usually what you do in the school that day may be like 1, 2, 3 pages or 4 pages. Read the 4 pages, try to answer questions on the 4 pages, try to understand the 4 pages, and you move on. The moment you study something and you keep it for later, keep it. Some students are on the habit, they will not study or they will not read their books until when exam is coming. When exam is now approaching, they will not take their book and they will try to read it. The material now looks new to them and it looks bulky to them. So this is a formula that have been used by some of us, and we thank God where this formula has brought us today. Until today is part and parcel of us to want to study, to want to know more, to want to achieve more, to want to do more, because we have disciplined ourselves in it. And as students, as youths, this is the best time you can do all these things I'm saying you should do. So what you have been taught in school that day, you practice it. I have a book that talk about studying, and I put in that material that re-studying is completed, is done when you attempt question on what you have studied. I have a student those days when I was in SS1, I was schooling at Agege in Lagos, and these students, they will carry a big textbook and they will sit in the front of the class. Big textbook in SS1. You know, the textbooks become bigger as you get to senior secondary school. So the textbook we use in GSS is different from the one we use in SS. If you take this textbook, open it, and be looking at it, we are seeing this boy is reading every time, When we wrote the exam, when the exam came out, this boy failed woefully. Why? In the class is not the place to show off that you read. Most of the time, you have to read in secret. Then the examination will announce you. Another thing is that this boy actually, sometimes if there's no opportunity to read in secret, to study in secret, you can study openly, but you make sure you are studying properly. And this will take me to the study techniques quickly. There are some techniques that can be used in studying. The number one techniques all over the world is the SQ3R study technique. SQ3R study technique. S stands for survey. When you carry a new material and you want to study it, you first of all survey. So you have a textbook. You look at the front, you look at the back. You look at the table of contents. You look at the number of pages per chapter. Then you can flip through to see, are there diagrams there? What are the distance? Are there questions at the back? Then at the back of the textbook, what they write there? At the front, who are the authors? All these things are important. That is survey. Number 2 in the SQ3R, which is Q, is the question. After you have surveyed, you have to ask questions. Some students don't ask questions. They just keep reading. You will see, I'm going to come to reading very soon. Now, number 2, after you have surveyed, number 2 is the question. Now you look at what you want to read. Maybe there are 10 pages or 5 pages. Then you question. When you question, what you do is that you will ask questions. So you have a jotter for writing. You now write question 1. Maybe the topic is economics. What is economics? Question 1, what is economics? Question 2, what are the scope of economics? Question 3, what are the advantages of economics? Question 4, is economics a science? Question 5, why is economics a science? All these things, you write them down. Note that you have not started reading, because from your survey, you know what the book is talking about. So you write down what the book is talking about, and you do that as a question. Now, after you have written down all your questions, the next thing to do is to read. When you are reading, you are looking for answers to the question. You are looking for what? Answers to the question that you have already put down. You are the one that put the question down. You can get the question from a past question, but the question must be related to what you want to read. The question must be taken from what you want to read. So in this aspect, you start to read. As you are reading, you are looking for answers to the question you have asked. Now, as you are getting the answers to the question, what is the next thing you do? You will now be jotting down the answers. Remember, you have asked question. Now, that's why I call this study technique. This is a teacher is not the one that will do this for you. So it is your own personal study. Now you write we're answering the question. As you are reading, you are question you have written, you have surveyed, you have questioned. The 3R, the first R in the 3R is to read. So you write, as you are reading, you are getting facts to answer the question, which you have already said. Don't just be reading for reading's sake. You read to get answers to questions. Now you also be jotting these answers to questions down in your jotter from what you are reading. At this point of reading, you'll be underlining important point because you have already asked the question. As you have asked the question, well, attention will be moved to the answers. You'll be looking, as you are reading, you'll be discovering the answers. Because you have asked the question already, you'll be discovering the answer and you'll be writing them down. After I've read, then the next R, which is the second R out of the 3R, is to recall. Is to recall. You can recall or you can recite. Now, here is another point where students miss it out. They read and close the book. You read about economics, that the definition of economics, and then you have read about it. But can you define economics? You cannot define economics. So where are you going? You have not finished the work. You have not finished studying. You should now go back and now recall or recite. So you can recall or recite by writing. You can recall or recite by talking out, by speaking out. You speak out or you write down. Now, the definition of economics by Professor Robbins says that economics is a social science which has alternative uses as a relationship between hard and earned means, which has their definition. I've noted this since when I was in SS1. I went for an interview in Lagos some years ago, and they asked me some questions, and I used that definition to buttress my point. They now asked me that who did I say define that? I say this social person. They now ask me that which subject am I teaching in the school, because I told them I was a teacher. So which subject am I teaching? I told them I'm teaching Greek and biology and chemistry. They look at me. They say, you are teaching Greek biology and chemistry. How do you not remember the definition of economics? That was how I was given the job, because it was in a financial institution. It was a financial institution. It was a competitive interview, and I passed the interview because some of the questions they asked me, I answered them properly. Now, what am I saying? You recite the question you have said and you have read. Now you now write the answers down. You close the book. You have finished reading. Go back to the question and see if you can answer the question. You've written down some questions. Go back to them. Write them down. Write the answers down. And that is how you recall. What is economics? Write it down. What are the scope of economics? You close your book and you write it down. What are the economics is science? Yes or no? Write it in front of it. Why is economics a science? Write it down. Why economics is a science? From what you have read, the answer, how you have known the answer, write down the answer. Write down the answer. Write down the answer of what you have read. Write down the answer. I'm telling you, if you do this, you are going to become a genius. Even your school will be surprised at you. Now, after that, the next thing you do is to review. So in the review, you go over the process again, and that is how to study. That is how to study. Then you go in for the exam. People will be asking that, who is this person? Who is this? The teacher will come to class. They will start looking for you. Before the exam, they didn't know you. After the exam, because you scored the highest, they will come and start looking for you. This I've shared with you is the formula you're going to use to get to where you need to get to. Now, let me go back to quickly talk about courses that you can study in the university or that you can study later in life. There are many courses that you can do, and there are many courses that are available. Number one is that professional courses are good, they're fantastic. But yes, aim for the professional courses. If you cannot get professional courses and you can go for single honor courses. Somebody is good in physics. Why do you want to go? Is he a must do engineering? If you don't get engineering, settle for physics. Inside physics, you'll be surprised. A lot of things are there. Settle for physics, do your BSc, MSc, then do your PhD in physics. If you are you want to do accounting, you are not given accounting, you are dropped to another department. Maybe in the jam, you are dropped to another department in the school. Face that department. That brain you wanted to use for accounting, you wanted to use for economics, use it for that course you are given. Even though it's not a professional course, do your BSc, do your BA, bachelor's, master's, and then PhD, and then you come out very well, and you become the even people that are medical doctors. They'll be looking at you with one eye that this person have gone far than us and better than us. Now, before I round up, I want to tell you about something, and that thing is that you should keep trying, and that thing is that you should never give up. Never give up in life. Never give up. Just keep trying, keep working. Hard work does not kill. Hard study does not kill. Instead, it makes you to become somebody of renown. Now, you need to read other books outside of your academic book. Personally, I don't read other books on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday when I was in school. I read any other book, whether spiritual book, whether motivational book, on Sundays. I put those books for Sundays, and I read a lot of them. You see, everything that you want to read, you want to become, this is the time to lay the foundation. When you start making money later in life, you will not have time to read. You will not have time to devote to study as much as you are doing now, because the money is going to be dragging you. You want to get money to feed your family, to do this, to help this, to buy this good thing of life. You will be engrossed in money making. Now your parents are the one making the money. Now you devote your time to personal self-development. Develop yourself. Your teachers and the school are developing you. You have to complement that by developing yourself. We'll settle that. Now I want to talk about a paradigm shift. Don't give up. Some years ago, one monkey was placed inside of a room, and on the room there was a ladder. On top of the ladder, they put some bunch of bananas there. When the first monkey came in, the first monkey tried to get the banana. They put 5 monkeys in the room. The 5 monkeys that were put in the room, they saw banana up there. They tried to go and pick the banana. Then it was an experiment. They sprayed water on them. So the water they sprayed on them was cold water. The monkeys did not like it, so they jumped down. They didn't go for the banana again. After some time, they look at banana again. They want to jump up to get the banana. They sprayed the water on them again. Anytime they want to go for the banana, they spray the water on them. So the water, they will make them to go down. It was like if they were preventing them from taking it. So once they spray that water, the monkeys will run down. They'll run back down. This was going on for long. At a point, the monkeys saw the banana. They didn't go for it again, because when they want to go for the banana, they will spray water on them. So they don't like the water. So they could stop. Try banana. So they just stood there. Banana was there. Monkeys stopped trying. A new monkey was added to the room. Then that new monkey, he looked at all of them. See banana now. All of you just stay like this. The new monkey tried to go and get the banana. No water was sprayed on the new monkey. Do you know what happened? The old monkeys, they prevented the new monkey from going for the banana, because they don't want the new monkey to be sprayed with water. So they beat the monkey. Don't go there. They will spray you with water. So they beat the monkey. They will draw him down, beat him very well. That should not go there. Another monkey was added. The monkey saw the banana again. The monkeys, banana, you want to go for it, they will draw the monkey down. The other monkeys that were sprayed with water, you don't want that monkey to go there, because you don't want the monkey to be sprayed with water, which was bad for the monkey. They beat the monkey again. Now, no more spraying with water, but the mentality has been that if you try to succeed, you'll be put down. If you try to succeed, it is not good. If you try to succeed, it is bad. And people themselves have conditioned themselves to the fact that they cannot succeed. You have to have a paradigm shift. You can succeed. No more water is sprayed. Don't let any fellow monkey, any fellow individual to pull you down and say that you cannot make it. Anything you think you can make, you can make it. Whether you are from a rich home, whether you are from a poor home, whether you are from an educated home, whether you are from uneducated home, whatever, you can make it. History is full of people that they thought could not make it and they eventually made it. The ball is in your court today. The decision is yours to decide what you want to do. If you set your goal today and then you start working on the goal, we are going to meet together at the top. I'm going to see you and talk to you some other time. My name again is Olubenga, Dr. David Olubenga, and it is a nice time talking to you. I want you to take action on what I've said, because men of action are favored by the goddess of success. That is what is written in one of these chapters of the book called The Richest Man in Babylon. People that are actionable people, men of activity, they are favored. Be active anywhere you are. Be active in school. Be nice, but take control and take care of what I've said. Until we meet again at the success side. Bye for now.